All right, boys, it's time to get it. Match week 11 is upcoming for us. So we're just going to dive right in. My name is James. I support Arsenal. That is Brad. Brad, he's that way, actually. He supports Chelsea. Down below, that's Sean. He supports Tottenham. Boys, how are we doing? What's going on? Are you guys ready for this one?
Yeah.
I've got kind of an interesting tidbit. One of the things you said earlier, I don't know if it was in our pre-production meeting, Sean, or our meeting or our last episode, but you were talking about how Spurs haven't played on the weekend. Normally you guys are playing on Fridays and things like that. Well, this one's a little bit different because you guys are top of the table right now, first position, but you have to wait all the way. You guys have the last game of the weekend on Monday. So Liverpool will have passed you. Arsenal could pass you. City could pass you. So I think that's a different type of pressure.
You guys could pass.
We could.
Liverpool could not. They could only equal.
Yeah, but goal difference, man. They're going to score about 100 goals against Luton.
They got you beat on goal differential right now. So
they do. I was trying to get back to the table to see what their goal differential was, but the last weekend game we had was Luton, and it was an early game on Saturday. So it was a game I was not able to go see.
Yeah, pub wasn't even open yet, right?
Pub not. Well, they do open for that, but
good for them.
Yeah, so I haven't been
awake.
I haven't been out to watch the game in over a month, and then the next one we are going to get on a weekend is going to be November 11th, and the last game that was played on the weekend was October 7th, and the last one I've seen out
on Monday. Do you want me to call you at work and fake like you have an emergency at home? I can pretend to be the chief marketing officer and.
That would be.
And then you'd be like, "Oh, boss man, sorry, I gotta go. Like, there's something going on at home. I gotta get home. Wait, hold on. Does your boss watch? Does your boss watch?
Absolutely not.
Okay, then we're safe. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. They won't know.
We can plot all kinds of crazy stuff.
I probably won't do this because I like my boss a lot, and he kind of looks like Professor Keenbean from Richie Rich. I both really like the movie and really like my boss, so I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you too.
James's age just showed there because he had no idea where you were going.
Don't know what this is.
Oh, you never seen Richie Rich? Come on. Nope. All right, we got to get back on.
That's another podcast.
We're already getting off a pet.
All right, Sean.
Yeah, let's kick off. We got two people here involved in this match. So let's talk about this Spurs-Chelsea match. Now, I'm going to just set the table here a little bit and remind our loyal listeners, friends of the podcast, that not 2 weeks ago, Sean was saying that he wanted Chelsea to get knocked about a bit, have their confidence shaken, because he did not want to have to go face an in-form Chelsea side. Yeah. Do you still maintain that you don't want to face an informed Chelsea side? And is this an informed Chelsea side? Are you scared of them? What's your feelings about this Chelsea side?
They just got knocked about by Brentford. So
yeah,
here we go. Yeah, it's going to be
mission accomplished.
Yeah, it's going to be about 47-0.
That's a lot of. I don't know where Chelsea's going to find 47 goals. But
no,
I guess Mudrik's going wild.
Mudrik's is getting that gold boot tomorrow or Monday.
They're on the nothing side. They're on the nothing side of that.
Okay, so you're not scared of Chelsea at all?
No, I was. It was trending towards me being scared of them, and then Brentford happened, and then I was reminded. Oh, all right. So they're not. They haven't found themselves yet. Because you and I have been both on record of saying once they figure their stuff out, there's enough talent on the field that they'll.
I mean, I don't know. I still think Arsenal is better than this Chelsea team. I still think the majority of I still think that there are very few Chelsea players that would make it into the Arsenal team. I think that this Arsenal team is superior to this Chelsea team. And so am I afraid of them? No, but do I recognize that anything can happen and there's like a higher likelihood of things going against you in matches where you're more evenly matched? So like certainly like anything could go amiss in a Chelsea Arsenal game, and obviously it did. But I don't. This I think is, I don't know. I think it may be different. And so like I'm not super afraid of the Chelsea team. Personally, against Arsenal, I do agree with you that once they get the ball rolling, they will be a good, formidable team. This year, I'm not sure that is the case.
And that's the tough part for me, Brad. I didn't want to cut you off. You were
I
did.
You were itching to get a word in.
I will eventually. It's okay. You go ahead, finish. Because
I was going to say that's the hard part to say about that. My team in particular is it's other than Kulusevski and Romero, it's hard to say what this Tottenham team truly will be when they're stood up against the wall, because we handled Arsenal okay. I thought we handled the Arsenal game extremely well. And possibly even deserved the win, but I think a draw was a fair result. Sure. It's probably a fair result.
We'll disagree into perpetuity for this.
Sure. And the Liverpool game, yeah, we were lucky to go on to 10 men and not have the other goal against us. Although I'm sure if we kept banging, we probably would have got another goal. But those have been our two tough games so far, and we got results in both of them. So, do I know Udogi and Van de Ven and Basoma and Sarr and Vicario, are they going to show up in a game like this? I don't know. They haven't been in it. So it's hard to say. But if anything, if there's pudding to have proof inside of it, it would be this bowl of pudding that has had the proof inside of it the entire time.
Sean, you just told all of our listeners that you didn't watch the Chelsea Brentford game without telling us you didn't watch the Chelsea Brentford game.
Why is that?
We had a plethora of opportunities that on another day goes in the net. We're coming and taking all 3 points.
But your on another day has been on another day for 3 years.
We are taking all 3 points from 3-point lane.
On any other day, it goes in the back of the net. Has been for the last 3 years. When does that day come, Brad?
Apparently,
what do you mean the last 3 years?
Apparently,
why would I assume that would be Monday? Why would I assume that would be Monday? I'm going to assume that you'll get a ton of chances on net and miss all of them. That's what I'm going to assume.
We banging in goals, sir.
No, see, the difference is you can't assume that Chelsea are going to miss the chances that they missed against Brentford. I think it's better to say that our defense is better than Brentford's, so we're not going to allow you to have those opportunities. If you look at the goals that Chelsea scored,
that's a given.
If you look at the goals that Chelsea scored against Arsenal, which I think if we're going to compare tests here, I would say that the Arsenal match is a better test for Chelsea. Is a better use case for testing against Chelsea than the Brentford is. And so Chelsea they scored a penalty, which was, sure, it was a penalty, but questions. And then they scored a kind of a scuffed cross, which Brad will disagree with, but that's fine. So they didn't have high XG moments that they converted into goals. Whereas against Brentford, they had high XG moments that they just missed. And so more times out of not, if you give a team high expected likelihood that they'll score, they're going to score those. But I think what your idea or thinking would be coming into this match is that my defense is significantly better than Brentford's, and so they're not even going to get those high opportunity choices. So the chances. So the only way they're going to score is if Romero has a stinker and pulls down Raheem Sterling in the box, because Raheem Sterling's always looking for a penalty, and a penalty for Chelsea could happen, right? That could happen. It's that's the way I would kind of look at it.
But so okay, with that game, right? Because I'm pretty sure if we go back to match week 9 when we talked about the Chelsea Arsenal game, until the Declan Rice goal, who was the better team on the field?
In what regard are you asking? Who was
talking about the
score line? Because obviously Chelsea had more goals, but Arsenal, I think, were more commanding in the match. Chelsea had done a good job of stifling our wingers, but I think we had more control through the center of the park.
I don't think you did, but that's fine. I knew that was going to be the answer.
Well, then you shouldn't ask the question. If you're going to answer the question, don't ask the question.
I'm not scared of this Tottenham team. I think we're getting all 3 points.
So why aren't you scared of this Tottenham team? This team is undefeated. They've scored a ton of goals. They haven't conceded a lot of goals. So why aren't you scared? Is this just historically you're not afraid of Tottenham, and this is your mantra, or okay?
B, Ange doesn't play on the back foot. Ange doesn't know how to play in a low block. Doesn't know how to play to defend. He plays to go for it. And that helps his Chelsea side.
You said this, and I proved you wrong. Okay, so you want to play a low block?
No,
I do not want to play a low block.
Okay, you don't.
Chelsea has always struggled against a low block.
Okay.
West Ham.
So you think
the three games I named earlier?
You think Thomas Frank plays a low block?
He did in this game.
It's not his style. You had more possession, so they played on defense. It's not a low block.
Again, you did not watch the game, but that's okay.
Burnley would be a low block. You beat them 4-1.
Well, regardless of what historically, the claim that Brad's making is that because Tottenham play expansive attacking football, that suits Chelsea. So are you saying that suits Chelsea because Chelsea's a counterattacking team right now?
It suits Chelsea because there will be spots for the ball. Like Tottenham's going to push out, not push back. Does that make sense?
But I'm gonna slightly push back on that because Tottenham have played this year and they haven't conceded a boatload of goals. Like where are they in terms of goals conceded?
We have 9 goals.
They've conceded 9. Like that's like joint third. That's joint third in the league with Liverpool.
Yeah.
So they don't concede a lot of goals. They've conceded less than 1 a game, and so that means that like when they don't have the ball, when the other teams are attacking, that they're well organized defensively. And it might not be a low block, but they're going to press you, like,
which is fine, which is good. The game's going to be open on both ends of the ball.
We're going to find out which Brighton number 8 was the best. Is what we're going to find out.
Chelsea
it Basuma or was it Casado?
Chelsea have only scored 4 more goals this season than Tottenham have allowed. Chelsea have scored 13 goals this season, and Tottenham have only allowed 9. Like Chelsea are barely scoring more than 1 goal a game. Tottenham are allowing less than 1 goal a game. So like, even I don't know, man. Like
2-0.
2-0.
2-0. 0-2. Sorry, 0-2. I forgot we're the away team. 0-2. Chelsea's winning this game.
I mean, I'm here for it.
100%.
This is a rare moment where I'm here for a Chelsea victory.
Yeah.
Poch is coming to take all 3 points.
That is the other thing we haven't talked about, is the fact that this is Poch returning to Tottenham as the manager of Chelsea.
Nope. This would be his first return. Yeah, we didn't play PSG in the Champions League. Yeah, no, this would be his first return to White Hart.
It's like that's a bigger thing, and like this is the stadium that like what he coached in a handful of times. He only managed there like a handful of times before he got sacked.
Yeah. He was in the old stadium. Yeah.
But like that was always the promise. Like that was like, oh, hold on, Poch. Like we can't buy your players because we're moving into the new stadium. Yeah. And like, oh, he finally reached the promised land, and then he got sacked. Which just it seems very Daniel Levy-esque. Okay, so Brad thinks 2-0.
I do have a question, Brad or James. Yeah. James, I do have a question.
Okay, I'll answer.
Should Arsenal and Tottenham mirror results for the rest of the season, and you finish second with whatever that is, but neither of us lose a game, and we're both invincibles, but you finish second, would you take that to have your second invincible season but finish second?
Oh, certainly not. Because that means 2 things. That means also Tottenham is also invincible, and Tottenham win the league by 2 points.
Yes, yes.
And
you wouldn't be invincible again?
I mean, sure, I'll take invincible again but I'll take 1 victory at White Hart Lane to spoil the invincibility of Tottenham.
No, we mirror results the rest of the season.
So if you offered me this, if we were in reverse positions and I was in first position and you were in second, absolutely I would take that. But offering me a situation where you let me finish second is not ideal to me. I would rather lose.
This is the state of Tottenham that I would probably, if we were reverse situations, I would probably say yes. I will take an invincible season and finishing second.
Give me a handful of losses if we finish first. I would. Winning the league is more important than not losing a single game.
All right, so 8-2. That's got to be.
What are you wondering?
I'm just trying to figure out what the point. I got to make sure that we would win the league, though. I'm trying to find my calculator. Sorry, which is on my phone. We would have to. So this eight wins in 10 games. You guys would be.
I'm confused. I'm confused what you're asking.
Yeah. Where the points would land. We'd both be around Centurions.
Well,
again.
I've dropped 6 points. That would put our total at 108. You've dropped 4 points. That would put your total at 110.
Yeah.
So
we'd do that again.
So we'd be
in the high 90s.
Well, it would actually be.
We don't have to play each other still.
Yeah.
Again?
So it would be.
We're mirroring images for the rest of the season.
It would be 106 points and 108 points if we mirrored results and took maximum points and drew each other.
James doesn't want that.
No, absolutely not. That's a terrible.
100% say that.
That's a terrible deal.
James is cheering for Chelsea to win this, and he's here for my 2-0 prediction because he doesn't want another invincible season.
No. I'm pragmatic. I am very pragmatic. If anyone asks me like, oh, in this specific game, who are you rooting for? I am entirely thinking about how does this affect Arsenal? How does this impact Arsenal? So like, I don't care who it is. I don't care. Tottenham is going to lose a game this year. Arsenal are going to lose a game this year. Don't misconstrue me. I'm not concerned about another invincible season because it's probably never going to happen again. But I'm more pragmatic in the sense that like I'm just looking at each individual game about how it impacts me. If Chelsea go to 15 points after this match week, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. You're still going to be 12 points behind me if we beat Newcastle. Like that's my thought process. Like so sure, take 3 points, Chelsea. But take 3 points off Tottenham because they're currently ahead of us. So yeah, absolutely. I want Chelsea to beat Tottenham. I don't care. Like, do I dislike Chelsea more than I dislike Tottenham? Yes. As an American Arsenal supporter who has lived who has started following Arsenal in the mid-thousands, I dislike Chelsea more than I dislike Tottenham. But I would rather Chelsea win this match. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The other big match this weekend. Well, Sean, hold on. What's your? Brad said 2-0 to Chelsea. What do you think?
It's 3-1 Spurs.
Oh, damn it! That's what I was going to say. All right, so 2-0.
Just say it. I want the clean sheet, so give me 3-0.
Okay, 3-0. Sean, I do think we
need clean sheets.
I did think that I got to fix this. I did think that Chelsea would score a goal, but we'll see. The other big one that we're going to spend a little bit of time on, and it's unfortunate that we didn't invite Joel to join us because it's the Newcastle Arsenal match. Away at St. James's Park. This has been a difficult place for us to play over the last
18 months.
Yeah, last good bit. Now, I saw a headline somewhere. I feel like it was on Reddit. So I'm seeing if I can pull it up real quick. Oh, here it is. So Newcastle are expected to be without the injured Sven Botman, Alexander Isak, Jacob Murphy, Harvey Barnes, Elliot Anderson, and the band Sandro Tonali for the Arsenal visit on Saturday.
Oh yeah, this is the first game without Tonali.
That's a laundry list of players that they're missing, that they could potentially be missing. Least of which is Sven Botman and Isak. Like losing a center back big. And losing your best center forward is big.
Callum Wilson has been filling in. He had 2 goals last weekend.
Sure.
He's been filling in well, but that's what I said when I texted the group. I said, this is why you get Callum Wilson. And you guys push back on that. No, Isak's your starting striker. This is what I meant by this is why you go get Callum Wilson, because when your starting striker's out, he's going to bang in goals.
Yeah, but if I think about who Callum Wilson has to play against, 2 exceedingly stout central defenders in Saliba and Gabriel, I don't see him succeeding in that moment. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm just saying.
Maybe I'm going to eat these words.
greater point was that's the
Yes.
reason you go get Callum Wilson.
Your greater point is Callum Wilson still being on this Newcastle squad
It's a
is
luxury.
it's a boon to be able to have a player of his quality as the second striker off the bench, as rotation, as yeah, sure. I'm with that. I don't mind. Now, who are we going to be without? Assuming we don't have any injuries in the Carabao Cup.
What?
We have the Carabao Cup midweek.
Sean doesn't know about cups.
Are you guys still in that, Brad?
No. Yes, we are. We play Blackburn.
Blackburn. Oh, fun. They got a good crest. I like Blackburn's crest.
We got. wait. So with the EFL Cup, real quick, just as quick aside.
No.
Go ahead. Fine.
Okay, actually, I'm curious what your aside is. Actually,
there is 10 Premier League teams and there's six championship and below teams. There's like 5 Premier League derbies. There's 4 because us and Fulham are the only 2 clubs to not be playing Premier League opposition for the EFL Cup midweek. I just thought that was interesting. There's 6 teams from the championship and 4 of them are playing each other.
Interesting.
And below, or 4 in the championship and below are playing each other.
All random. That's how it works, baby.
I know, but the odds don't seem like that would work. But hey,
it does.
Yes, it did.
So I assume that we will be fairly well rested going into this match because I don't think that I think that Arteta is going to heavily rotate our team. I hope that Arteta heavily rotates our team going into the Carabao Cup. So I think we could be relatively well rested. I think Newcastle are out of the cup, so they don't have a midweek match, right? Or are they still in the cup? I don't remember.
Newcastle, I believe, are still in the cup. Hold on, I had it pulled up.
It's on the Premier League site. Let me just pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
Oh no, they are. They play United.
They're playing United. Yeah.
So maybe Newcastle will play all of their best team against Manchester United, and then we'll be able to rest. And I don't know. It's a toss-up. That's going to be a really tough game. Regardless,
this is vengeance for the final last year.
Exactly.
Where they lost to United.
What I will say about this match is obviously I think David Raya is going to play in this match. He's going to start. I want to see him be secure and be like unwavering and have no like hiccups or missteps. Like obviously like everyone wants their keeper to be perfect, but like just don't take unnecessary risks. Like be confident, but get rid of the ball. Like he's over the last 3 or 4 weeks seemed to been maybe more mistake prone than he had been previous. And so I would like to see him be a bit more safe against Newcastle. I don't know. I'm relatively confident. This is a game we need to win the league. Like going away to Newcastle, it's a tough place to play. It's going to be difficult for all the big teams to go there. It's going to be difficult when Spurs go there. It's going to be difficult. Well, I think did City go there? Or they play them at the Etihad. Do you guys remember?
What?
Newcastle City. Was that at the Etihad or was that at St. James's?
Newcastle beat City in the EFL.
But I'm talking about in the league.
Home.
Anyway,
it was at City.
Okay, so I think City's going to struggle going to Newcastle. Liverpool, so I think all of the big teams are going to have a hard time going to Newcastle. So if Arsenal can beat Newcastle, which I think we're capable of doing, then I think that sets us up well when the other big boys have to go there. And now, if you're asking me for a score prediction, I think it's like 2-1. Arsenal win 2-1. Something like that. I think if we win, it's tight. It's not 1-0, something like that. It's not a blowout. There's no like 3-1s happening, 4-1s. There's no 7-2 happening, no 6-1s.
Sean, your face says you disagree.
I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what your read is.
My face was poor Arsenal, or poor not poor Arsenal. I'm sorry. I was looking at the Arsenal game. Poor Newcastle. In the first half of the season, they play Arsenal at home, City at home, Liverpool at home, and Villa at home.
Oh, so
all the tough games were at home.
Yeah, Yeah, so they have to play all those away games in the spring where they do not have their home field advantage, which is
Rough.
the frigid. But yeah, you guys are winning. Newcastle are in shambles. There's a lot of like you accurately described. There's a laundry list of injuries. Bodman's the big one.
I think so too.
Isak,
Like breaking up the center
Isak,
back pairing.
yeah, that's the big one. If he's not going to play, it should be. It's probably 2 or 3-1 Arsenal. Arsenal is just too good to just trot out your third or fourth center back and get a win.
I
This
think it'll
game
be.
says draw.
I think it'll be a good game. A draw, I think, is a very real
I
possibility
think
as well.
this game says draw, like 1-1, something like that.
It's possible.
I think that's a very real. Now, do you? I
Yeah.
have a question for you, Brad. Why you say that?
Yeah.
Because Arsenal this year have 1-2 games drawn, 1-2 games drawn, 1-2 games drawn. That's our MO. So we've only won one game in a row. So in theory, this should be a victory for us, and then a draw after it. So you're trying to buck the trend here.
Yeah, I am. I think SJP is a tough place to go get 3 points.
Agreed.
I think that balances out the injury, especially when they're fully healthy. I think that balances out the injuries. And Lascelles hasn't played bad coming in for Botman. Is he Botman? No, not at all. But he hasn't played bad there. So,
And by the way,
he's the club captain.
I was going to say, by the way, having your third center back as Lascelles is probably the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Like that's probably one of the best third. It's probably one of the best 3/3 in the entire league.
It's not Jacob Kivior, but it's pretty decent.
And they
Okay.
still or you can throw Dan Byrne in there and play
You could
Target at left back or Lewis Hall at left back.
You could throw Burn in there, but yeah, they have some options there.
Mhm. That's why I think it's a draw.
But yeah, like Tottenham don't have a better third than Lascelles. I don't think Chelsea have a better third than Lascelles.
Well, we'll find out. And this should be a good one. Honorable mention for a couple games coming up this weekend. Brentford, West Ham, London derby there. Both teams, I think, have higher aspirations than where they're at right now. And then another interesting one, we got Forest Villa.
United.
Fulham United as well. So.
Yeah. You were going a different direction. I thought you were going to Fulham United. Fulham United's a good one because United's been on the poor run of form, and Fulham's at home. Craven Cottage is a tough place to play.
So we got a lot of tasty ones for you this weekend. So it's a good weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Definitely want to check out some Premier League action. Let us know what you're watching on Twitter. That's at KSBradG over there. Down below, that's at Whiteheart_Sean. I'm at James Tiffany, and collectively we are at Redcard_radio. And we would love to hear from you. Drop a comment on the video, and we will see you all next time.